Welcome back for part 2 of the Gunrunning DLC first impression gameplay video. And we just finished the part 1 with the startup, and in this part 2 I'm gonna buy the mobile operation center. I'm gonna upgrade my business, and I'm also gonna do the first resupply. So here you can see the mobile operation center. It's kind of look like the black truck from the Knight Rider, the series from back in the 80s. So the truck, you can choose between two of them. One is 1.2 and the other is 1.4 million. But yet again, I'm gonna buy the most expensive things. So the first part of the truck loader, I'm gonna buy a command center because I actually don't need a living space. So the second part, the middle of the load trucker, I'm gonna choose for, let me see, so I can do both, but it will also take the space of part 3, so the last part of the vehicle. So I'm gonna choose for a gun shop in the middle, so I can leave the third part for a vehicle, because I actually don't need a living space. Okay, so I'm gonna choose for this construction. Here you go. So I don't need that, and I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, the personal vehicle storage. Okay, and the interior color, okay, only 4 options, and yeah, I'm gonna stick with white. Okay, so this one is only costing you 2.1 million, and it's very reasonable. So this is absolutely a quite nice DLC with not overpriced vehicles or upgrades that you need to pay for it. So like again, the bunker already cost me almost $4 million, and with this one it's settled me up to 6.2. And as you can see here, we already unlocked that one because we bought the bunker. And what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, the vehicles, I'm gonna purchase a personal vehicle with it. But at the time when I was recording this video, I actually didn't know what was going on. So I thought you can buy every war stock vehicle and put it inside your bunker, but that's not the case. You can only select one of them and put it inside your mobile operation center. But I'm not sure because I haven't tried it yet. I'm not sure if I actually can also store the war stock vehicles inside my other garages. So I just chose the MOC. Here you go. And when I tried to buy the Dune and I selected this one, it will actually replace the vehicle. So, but I haven't tried to replace actually another vehicle. But I will do that later on for sure, because I want to try that if I actually can purchase all the new war stock vehicles and put it in my garage. So here you can see that it's not possible to actually place another vehicle inside my MOC, so there's only space for one vehicle. So that's a little bit of a bummer, because yeah, as you can see, there are 6 vehicles besides the MOC that you can actually buy. And when you want to buy this equipment, it's like the Juggernaut lookalike suit, you also need to unlock the part of the research. Here you go. You can see that my stock is still 0, my research also 0, and my supplies is almost full. So as you can see on the email, I just got the email with a confirmation about my MOC. So I'm gonna show you the map. It looks quite big, but you can eventually walk through it instead of using the golf buggy, because yeah, I find it a little bit more quicker. So here you go. You can see the MOC. It's a massive truck. So you can enter it by the back, the blue circle. So when I enter this one, you won't see the ACC yet, or the AAC, the mobile tank that I just purchased. It will deliver it later on. So it will deliver it inside this space right over here. So this space only contains a vehicle for 1. And this is the middle part, and for the middle part I just purchased a weapon shop, and it looks like this. So you can see a tough guy standing here. He's actually doing nothing at all, so he's quite useless. But as you can see here, when I hit the right D-pad, you can see that I can upgrade some weapons. So as you can see here, the upgrades are quite big visually. As you can see here, it turns in my SMG, actually it turns into a very nice gun. Here you go. So I'm gonna upgrade every gun that is available, and also gonna buy me some rounds and some magazines and a grip upgrade, and the rest I will actually do it later on. So here you can see this gun. So the upgrades of every single gun is quite expensive. So this is the pistol, and the rounds are quite cheap, but all the upgrades are quite expensive. So when I head over to the next gun, let me see, this one is all again over $100,000, and you can see the upgrades. It's around 20, 30, maybe $40,000 before you actually have it. So this one I'm gonna put also an upgrade on it, and look at this bad boy. So it looks quite nice. I hope it also shoot nice, so we're gonna find out later on. So here you go. So these are all the upgrades that are available. As you can see, the prices are quite high, but if you have plenty of money, it should not be a problem. So you can buy everything what you want. But I like already told you, I'm not gonna buy everything, I'm not gonna upgrade everything, I'm gonna do that later on. But as you can see, the options that is actually available after you put an upgrade on it and then buy some extra things on the gun. And the first part of the truck loader, you can see the command center right over here. So it is only accessible so sorry, I can only access this area when the MOC is actually on its way, so when it's not parked inside the bunker. So you can see that I'm logging in, and as you can see here, these are actually the special missions which you also get with the import export, I believe it is. And you just have to wait until you unlock it. And these are all, it seems like, also missions that you need to do with another person. So these are not single player missions. Okay, so once you unlock them, you need to find a player or just your buddy to come on over and then start the mission. I actually haven't played any import export special missions before, because I wasn't it didn't got my attention to actually play that. And as you can see here is also, you need to unlock it, because eventually when you doing money glitches, you already have enough money. So why should you play these kind of missions to actually earn a small amount of money, where you can actually dupe a car and then sell it for even more to get you the better profit in a less time. So here you go, this is the MOC. I'm gonna upgrade it later on in part 3 of the first impression, the gameplay video about the Gunrunning DLC. So here you go, you can see it. It's quite bad looking truck, and you just saw on my right hand side, that was actually the mod shop for 2 vehicles only. I believe it's one option, it's not released yet. It's something about an aircraft, and the second one is actually about the MOC itself. But I'm also gonna show that to you in the last part, part number 3 of the video, where I actually upgrade the MOC. So here you go, you can see after you start it up, you can see that the staff has entered your bunker and start working on it. And this is the manufacture area. I'm gonna head over to my laptop, and the other side of the manufacture area is actually, which I found out later on, is the research or the R&D department, the research and the development. Here you go, I'm gonna log in into my laptop, and what I'm gonna do now is, as you can see here, stock level is just only 1 stripe, research progress is not going on, supplies level it start decrease a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see what I actually can change. So this is quite similar to the CEO and the biker business. So you can see resupply, research, sell stock. You can manage your stuff and buy some upgrades. So let's head over to manage stuff. As you can see here, I can assign my stuff to do manufacturing or do some research or do both. So I'm gonna select both later on after I buy the upgrades, because when I buy the upgrades with the stuff, I should have more stuff available. So when I assign my stuff to both, it should be equal progress, right? So equipment upgrade, as you can see here, 1.1 million. So when you purchase this upgrade, it will give you higher quality equipment, and this will also speed up your manufacturing and research times. But only do this when you have the money, of course. So this is another 1.1 million, and we spent in total already 7.3 at this moment. So I just bought it. Here you go. And I'm gonna do some more upgrades. The second one is the stuff upgrades, which settle down for $600,000. So when I install this one, gonna give us more stuff, so it should speed up the manufacturing and also the research again, I believe it was. So now we just spent 7.8 million, and the last upgrade I'm gonna buy is security. Here you go, and this one is only $350,000. And after this one, what did I say, 7.6? It should settle us almost down to 8 million spent so far. Okay, I spent it on the bunker, the most expensive one and maxed out upgrade. I spent it on the mobile operations center, also maxed out, and also the upgrades on the business itself. So I already spent a total of almost $8 million. As you can see here, I just assigned the stuff to both, so the progress should be spread evenly, but of course one should make a little bit more progress than the other one. So we just wait and see how this actually works out. So again, so far nothing new, very similar to the biker business. As you can see here with the research, you can actually fast track research. So I believe when the research progress a little bit more than like now, you can actually buy the whole upgrade in one time. And as you can see here, there's a lot of things that I need to unlock, and every time you unlock something, you can eventually manufacture that one, and I believe you can sell that part also, or you can eventually unlock things for vehicles. Okay, so here you go. We're gonna do our first resupply, and let's see how different this looks like compared to the other businesses. So here you go. I'm gonna fast forward this part a little bit because the video is gonna take a little bit longer than normally. I never make videos that long, but if you stay on, you will see the most part of this new Gunrunning DLC and what it's all about. Should you do this Gunrunning DLC or not, or save the money? So far, I can recommend you. It's I think when I play this a second and a third time, I think I will not play it anymore, because you can see by the time you spend on it and just the profit you get is, I believe it's too low. But usually when a big upgrade has been released by Rockstar, most of the time 1 month later or 1.5, 2 months later, they will do a special promotion. So I believe they will give 50% more sales on the businesses. So I think that time would be nice to actually sell all your stuff. So here you go. You can see, as you can see, I'm actually going to my first location where I need to steal my supplies. Here you go. And it's the Humane Labs. Most of the time the first resupply shouldn't be that difficult, but when I was recording this video and I just saw what I need to do, it was it took a little bit longer than I thought. So that's why I was sorry, that's why I also fast forward this part a little bit. Here you go. As you can see, I just selected one of the new upgraded guns, and it's a very heavy heavy damage machine gun. So it can actually it's shooting quite heavy rounds. Even when you hear the sound, I just mute that, but when you hear the sound, you will actually hear that it's quite a bad gun. So what I'm gonna do now is, and also already feel that I actually can't run that fast with this big gun, because it is a heavy machine gun. But it only take, maybe if you shoot it correctly, one round should be enough to actually kill the enemy, because this gun is very powerful. So you can see I'm entering Humane Labs, and it will eventually takes me all the way to the back, and it reminds me of an earlier mission. I'm not sure which one it was, that you need to enter that specific room. Looks like a panic room, you know, where they sealed everything. You need to collect a sort kind of electric stun gun. So it's a very powerful machine, but you will see it later on after I just pick it up. So this part is actually took me quite a long time, because in real time this part took me around 15 minutes, I believe, if it's not longer. But the bad thing about this is I just see the enemies just pop up out of nowhere. So when you're walking further inside this lab, and when you're looking on a map where the enemies are, you will see the red circles. But when I just clear a space or an area, you will actually see no red circles, so you assume there is no enemy at this moment. But when you're walking inside a new area, the enemies will pop up out of nowhere. So make sure you have enough snacks with you, or some bulletproof vest, because you will need them. Because they are popping out of nowhere, they will surprise you, and before you know it, you're already dead, and you need to start over and over again. So like I said earlier before, most of the time a first supply mission should be easy, but this was a quite long and difficult one. Here you go. I haven't played GTA for a while, so it was finding the right buttons for me which I need to use. And here you can see the green arrow. There is obviously the gun that I need to pick up right over here. So here you go. But this is also the gun that I'm able to use, so I can't select another one. So as you can see here, the downside of this gun is it has to be reloaded every single time when I shoot with it. So it's gonna take me around 2 seconds of it, but those 2 seconds can be crucial, because the enemy can kill you quite easily. But I'm lucky that the AI is not that quick and smart in this game, so it should buy me a little bit of time to actually reload and then kill the enemy. Here you go. It's gonna put some body armor on me and some ammo. Okay, ammo is good. Snacks, I don't need it yet. Here you go. But also, as you can see here, even I fast forwarded, you will see the enemies just pop up out of nowhere. Here again, a nice example. They are not there, but when you walk through that door, they pop up like a ghost just in front of you. So here you go, another example where the enemy pop-ups out of nowhere, and just beware of it. Make sure you have enough snacks or body armor with you so you don't get killed. Here you go. So also don't have to worry about my global signal, as you can see on the screen, because there is no other players in my session at this moment. I'm still in a solo public session. And I also saw on the forum that with this update they patched it with the date changing on the PS4, and by using a playlist on the Xbox, they patched the method to get you in a public solo session. So by changing your MTU settings, the description of it is down below. What you need to do, the steps, step by steps. just follow that one. It's only for the PS4, and it will allow you, when you change your MTU settings, which is default on 1500, when you change it back between 600 to 700, it should be okay. The downside is it's take a little bit longer to load up into a GTA Online session, but when it does, it should take you into a public session all by yourself, so solo. So on a very rare occasion, it will happen that there is another player that will join you, but it will also leave you very quickly. I don't know why that is, because when you change the MTU settings to a very low value, that means actually that the game thinks you will have a very slow internet connection, which is actually not the case, but by changing the MTU settings, it will think like that. So what will happen is actually, because when Rockstar thinks you are having a very bad connection, it will put you in a new session again, because I think it will interfere with other players when you have a bad connection. So the possibility is, for example, that you can lag out or just leave the session for absolutely no reason at all. So, but this is actually quite nice, because with the Bikers update, the businesses that came with it and the CEO, of course, also used the public solo sessions. First of all, of course, by using this method I'm using at this moment, MTU settings, but later on they're changing the date method, but that one has been patched, which I already told you earlier before. Here you go. I just finished finally my first resupply of the business, and as you can see here, when we got delivered, it's nothing different like all the other businesses. It's very similar. So here you go. I'm just gonna finish up this part 2 of this gameplay video. In part 3, I'm gonna show you the final things of this Gunrunning DLC, which you need to know before you're gonna spend your money on it. Hope you enjoyed this video following me with part number 3. Nick Van Dutch signing out.